Vine was sitting at her desk, phone to her ear, trying to navigate the delicate conversation with Jungkook's mother. She was explaining their latest business deals with her mother in law, all calm and serious, trying to think about different solutions, right when she felt a sudden movement under her shirt. She looked down and suddenly screamed a bit, seeing Jungkook's face peeking out from under her blouse, his eyes sparkling with mischief, and his lips showing a deep smirk. She tried to push him away, but he just winked at her and snuggled in deeper towards her face. At this point, Vine didn't even know that she was talking to someone, and let alone the business talk. She forgot about that. Vine, are you still there? Jungkook's mother asked over the phone. She came into senses as soon as she heard the voice over the phone and immediately panicked. She tried to compose herself. Yes, Fine. I think my cat just jumped onto my lap. Jungkook laughed, but silently. And Jungkook's mother laughed as well, even if forcefully. Well, give Mr. Whiskers a scratch from me. Vine rolled her eyes, trying not to giggle. Meanwhile, Jungkook was making himself comfortable under her shirt, his hands roaming over her stomach and chest. She was already feeling the sensations, which were hard to control, because she wanted to make noises at this point. Jungkook, stop it, she whispered after moving the phone away from her ear as she tried to push him away again. But he just grinned and blew a raspberry on her skin, making her jump with a small shout. Fine. Are you okay? His mother asked, sounding concerned. Vine took a deep breath. Yes, I'm fine. Just a little allergic reaction. Jungkook chuckled under her shirt, his breath tickling her skin. Vine wanted to kill Jungkook right now, and she would have done it if she wasn't on such an important call. She tried to focus on the conversation, but it was hard with her Mafia husband, causing chaos under her blouse. She missed most of what Jungkook's mother was saying, and when she was done, she asked Vine, "Isn't this idea a little better? I thought about it the whole night." Vine didn't respond as she was busy cursing Jungkook for making her life a mess every single day. Jungkook's mother again asked, Vine, are you even there? Vine finally heard his mother on the phone and immediately said to her, turning all her attention towards his mother, Yes, I'm listening. Keep speaking. Jungkook's mother, Vine, I'm done speaking. Vine's eyes widened for a second and she panicked. Yes, I know. I was saying, if you want to add something, you can. Jungkook's mother, No, Vine, I'm done. Now you tell me, how was the idea? Or does it need any improvements or not? Vine, Of course it was the perfect idea. We will proceed with it. In fact, I'm going to put it in action right now. I'll talk to you later. Thank you. She shut the phone immediately, taking a deep breath, embracing herself for the storm that was raging inside her because of him. Finally, when the call ended, Vine pulled Jungkook out from under her shirt angrily. You're going to get both of us killed one of these days. Jungkook grinned, his eyes sparkling, as he leaned in on her in her embrace. He brushed her cheek as he said, but it's so much fun living life on the edge with you, my love. They both looked into each other's eyes for some seconds, and Vine's anger was calming down now. She shook her head, smiling. What do I do with you? Whatever you want to, he replied in a husky voice, sending shivers in her spine. She finally smiled widely, which wasn't forceful at all. Jungkook winked at her, his eyes sparkling with mischief. Someone's got to keep things interesting around here. Vine playfully rolled her eyes. You're going to be the death of me, Jungkook. Jungkook chuckled, his deep voice sending shivers down her spine. But what a way to go, right? Vine couldn't help but laugh. Despite his antics, she loved Jungkook dearly. He was her partner in crime, her confidant, and her best friend. She wrapped her arms around his neck and stared into his eyes as she said, Don't talk about that again. You cannot die before me. Jungkook, don't worry. I won't leave you alone so easily. I have to tease you a lot before I go. Fine made a pout. No, stay alive, but stop making my life a hell. She insisted, upon which he laughed. Jungkook, I was thinking, now that you're done talking to her, why don't I stay some more time inside you? He said playfully. Vine slapped his arm. You never leave a chance, do you? Jungkook laughed. What else can I do? I had to wait so much before marrying you. Don't you think I deserve it? Jungkook waited a lot before marrying her because he had to convince her for it. But she wasn't ready to marry a mafia. She never would be. But he didn't give up. He stayed beside her side, offered his support and love at every point without caring about marrying her. Because as long as he could stay beside her, support her, love her, he was fine without being her husband. And a day came where he made her fall in love with him, so deep that she couldn't live without him. Vine came closer to him, getting a little emotional. You deserve everything, Jungkook. I'm so sorry for being so late to accept your love. I know I can never make up for that time, but I promise that I'll try my best and love you forever if that's what it takes. She said as she put a hand under his jaw, tracing it with her thumb. Jungkook felt goosebumps for a second as he smiled and put a hand on her hand, taking it and gently kissing it. He pulled her hand close to his embrace, wrapping it completely inside his hand. He took it to his heart and said, Can you feel this heartbeat going crazy? He stared into her eyes with affection and vulnerability at the same time. Jungkook, it beats only for you. And when you say things like that, it runs crazy. Crazy to a point where I can't control it. Vine stared back at him, her eyes showing the infinite affection she had for him at the moment. She cannot believe her eyes. This moment, herself. She might never believe that she found someone like Jungkook, someone who can kill 1,000 others. But when it comes to her, he becomes so miserable in love. But with her hand on his heart, she is starting to believe in it. The heart that only beats for herself. And with that, she pulled him into her arms, her lips crashing down on his in a passionate kiss. Vine felt like she was melting into his embrace, like she was becoming one with him, and she loved every moment of it. As they pulled back, gasping for air, Vine smiled up at him. I love you, Jungkook. Jungkook smiled and said to her, I have a surprise for you. Vine's eyes widened in amusement. Really? What is it, Jungkook? Let's just say that it's a night you will never forget. Vine grinned. Jungkook's eyes softened, his gaze filled with love and adoration. I love you too, forever and always. He whispered in her ears, sending shivers in her spine. They spent every day like this, loving each other and actually proving it every day as well, so that it doesn't fade away with time. Jungkook took her to their bedroom, and they spent the night together, once again, with love, affection, and especially passion. This was their life, and they loved it.